Sean, was that a missed opportunity, or was that a really useful point?
It's a useful point in the sense we played well again. Scored 2 goals, which obviously have been question marks about making chances, not taking them. The only frustration, we let 2 soft goals go in, more of a team thing, not individuals. The team shaped defensively. But another good performance, and a performance on the road as well. So, frustrated but pleased overall with the actual performance levels.
I had a few difficult times on the road already this season. Heads could easily have
only
dropped.
one.
There's
a few. I think there's only one.
I'd say the first half against Doncaster was also.
I didn't know that was in the Premier League, to be fair. But.
Well, I'm talking about everything, including the Carabao Cup as well.
Only joshing, it's all right.
I know. I understand.
A bit flustered.
I understand. But,
only joshing.
The point I'm trying to get to is the fact that Heads could easily have dropped given the manner of that second goal and how it went in off Pickford. After they came out after the break, they really showed some intent and came out really well. From what you said to them at half time and how pleased you were with that reaction.
Just reminded them of the performance levels of the first half. We only came away from it. It was looked at 1-0, we were on the front foot and we just came away a little bit and just got a bit sloppy with it and a bit kind of waiting for things to happen, which we hadn't done for the first half an hour or so. I reminded them of that, about taking the game on again, taking it by the scruff of the neck, which we did do. Second half again, I was really pleased with the start, the energy, the quality. And I think we kept it up more or less through the whole half, to be honest. The way we were dealing with it defensively, shifting the ball, getting into key areas. Arguably, you'd want to score more because of the quality in the areas we had and the bits of play in the box, how many entries into the box and quality entries. On the other hand, the madness of football, you can end up losing it. Jordan makes a brilliant double save at the end, and you think, well, how mad is football? But that's how football can be. It would have been an injustice, I feel, but it can go against you, and it didn't. So a point on the road and another good performance. So we've got to keep believing in that and keep building on it and get players fit as they're going to.
In terms of the absences there, I just wondering if there's any update on Lewis Dobbin and Michael Keane and why they weren't involved in the squad?
Yeah, they got knocks in the week, so unfortunately didn't make it. I'm hopeful they'd both be fit after the international break. Yeah. Obviously, we'd have Dom likely to be fit. We'd have Dwight. Dwight's done well today because he's had 3 days training. I don't normally do that, but as you can see, we're stretched, so we thought it was important to get him involved. So he'll benefit from the next couple of weeks. Dimmy Gray will benefit from the next couple of weeks. Seamus will get a bit closer. Jack Harrison will get a bit closer. So, there's a lot of signs that remind you there still is a squad here, despite, we were hoping to do more in the market, but obviously we all know about the situation now. We're having to try and construct deals. We didn't get what we want. And Alex left us, which is a shame because I think he's a top player. We wish him well beyond our situation. Yeah. But anyway, with all that being considered, when everyone's back fit, I think you'll see a group that are competitive again.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Are you likely to play any behind closed doors friendlies over the next fortnight?
Maybe we're trying to plan one maybe on the second week, so not the first week.
And just on Damari Gray, obviously he's still with the club. I appreciate the Saudi Arabian transfer window is still open. Where was he today? Is it fitness or is it?
It's a bit of everything with his fitness, his fitness to play in the side, the situation around him and all the noise. Mm-hmm. But hopefully over the next couple of weeks that'll become clear and he'll get himself fit as a start point.
Mm-hmm. Do you anticipate him staying with the squad now beyond?
I do at this time.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
Sean, do you think that Ollie McBurney header was in at the end?
Which one? I don't know what you mean.
The save from John.
No, because he saved it.
Yeah, but do you think it was heading in?
No, he saved it, so no, I didn't know.
What do you think of the save? How good was it?
Yeah, really good.
Yeah, and it just shows why he's number one for club and country. Yeah,
I think, like everyone, you had some question marks recently because the team were conceding sort of big moments, but I think it shows again what a top keeper he is. I thought his all-round performance was very good today. Very unlucky with their second, quite obviously, and makes 2 fantastic saves at the end of the game. When it's really important to do so as well, by the way. If that goes against you, everyone's once again scratching their heads. But he made sure that didn't happen.
A lot of the talk, is about the team having not scored for the first 3 games, but does it take away from how good Jordan is at the other end?
No, I don't think so. I think the focus is rightly so on the fact that we've created lots of chances and scored goals. We want the team to be doing that. Well, scoring, of course. We want the team to be creating lots of chances, getting into key areas. That's just part of the challenge. Once you get there, go and score a goal. It's the hardest bit of all. That's why strikers cost so much money. But I think the team are creating, and I think we carry on doing that. We get players fit. We can add competitive element. and I think we're in a good place.
And promising signs from Beto on his league debut.
Yeah, he's raw, but he wants to do it. He's got a demand on himself. He'll get fitter, he'll get sharper in the sense of the Premier League, because obviously European leagues are all different. He's come with a smile on his face and he wants to work, and I thought he's done well again today.
Hi, Sean. Looked like there might have been a couple of refereeing decisions in the second half. The Janjuma, the pullback, which James Tarskowski looked insistent. It was a penalty. And the Wes Fadringham incident as well. He's handled it. Was it inside? Was it out? I just wondered if you had a view on either of those.
Well, the view on the penalty was from my angle. I thought it might have been, but then when I saw it back, it's not.
Okay.
So you take that, and the players don't know, obviously, when it's live. So that's one of them things.
Yeah.
Possibly, they talk about an orange card because it's a close one, whether he's through on goal. I thought the referee today, I was surprised at the amount of physicality in the game. I'm a fan of it, but we all know you can't do it anymore. I thought Beto got dragged all over the place and hardly got a foul against him. But that's one of them things, a different day, different side. You play the top six, you touch them and they get free kicks given. And yet today Beto got hardly anything. Not just Beto, but a number of people. But like I said, I don't think it massively influenced the game. Maybe you could argue, or I certainly argue, whether the extra time comes allowing them to put a corner in and then the whistle mysteriously blows 1 second, a millisecond after the corner is saved. Always frustrates me, that one. If time's up, blow the whistle, end off.
Yeah. You mentioned as well, I think you suggested, Sean, that one of the areas you were looking to strengthen was in the wide areas. Can I ask how close you were to Wilfred and Onto?
We weren't close enough to any situation.
Okay.
The truth is that certain parameters and guidelines we're now at. The club's not in the spot it was 2 or 3 years ago. I think that's become apparent. And I've always thought, manage what you can manage the realities. And they're the realities. On the other side of that, don't forget, because the transfer, when it makes news and all that, when everyone's fit and you look at our group and I go, right, there's still some very, very good players here and a number of them. So, sometimes that gets overlooked. I believe in what's here, I believe in the players that are here. And so far this season, I think we've delivered way better than what we've got back. But you can't rely on that. We've got to keep delivering big performances. Thanks.
Hi, Sean. You've touched upon Jordan Pickford's performance already. Just a bit more, what he's like to work with, and did that save kind of exemplify his desire to keep the ball out of his goal?
Yeah, he's working all the time. He's a top keeper. He works with Billy Mercer at the moment. Alan Kelly being off with a major operation, and I think it's something different for him, and it's something different for us. But no, he knows his way around the Premier League, and he knows his way around the international scene. So he's a very good keeper, as we all know.
And at 29 with 54 caps, are his best years still ahead of him?
Yeah, keepers. I think keepers and centre halves are often the ones who mature the latest in football. I think they get better and better. You learn the game, you learn to read the game, you learn about your professional, you learn about all the standards, you learn about your training, all of that stuff. Particularly, in my opinion, centre halves and keepers. I think the longer you play and the longer you go, the more wise you get for what the game is about.
Sean, from time to time, you read and hear people questioning whether Jordan's still England's best goalkeeper. When you see him play like that seems farcical. Does that seem crazy to you?
No, I think every player should be questioned, because that's the world we live in. Every top player gets questioned. Every player gets questioned. So, no, I think that's part and parcel of being a top professional. It's a stimulus for you, if anything. That's what my belief would be. I wasn't a top player, but I was stimulated enough from that kind of noise. If you weren't going well, or you were going well even, stay on it. Stay on your professionalism. Stay on what you do. And stay on it at all times. It's harder, I think, nowadays for players. I mentioned it many times. They get bombarded with media and social media and everything else. Some choose to do it, some don't. I think it's more and more difficult for players to see through all that and get on with what they do. And some's their fault because they bring it on, some's not. Often it's not. They just get bombarded with all sorts of opinions from everyone. And seemingly every opinion is from a specialist.
Can I just ask you named 7 subs today. Is that purely just lack of bodies?
Yeah, and partly what I normally do is get the young kids involved, but they've been missing out because they've been transitioning over to us for training. They've been transitioning over us to be on the bench, not getting on, and they're actually missing out on their own game programme. So we had to make a call and go, right, they need a game, some of these young lads who have been with us. So it's more about, right, we can't stop their development, we've got to keep aiding their development. Part of it is getting with us, of course, even if you don't get on, the experience, the feel, even travelling with the team and all that sort of stuff. But there come a time they were playing yesterday and we thought, no, they've got to have a game. So there's no other angle than just they needed a game. They have to be playing. So they did that, and then we worked with as many as we could.
Thank you.